Okay, so the first thing is like how do we access the server access? So for our training environment, I'll send you the remote desktop details. So what you do is
Mm-hmm.
like, click on start and here click on what you say run. Okay, and it will open this. Here just type MSTSC. MSTSC. Just click on OK.
Okay.
It will open this particular remote desktop connection prompt. So here what you do is by default everything will be empty. Just click on options here and mention the IP address which I will share you. Okay. Once you click on options, so here it is not allowing, right? So if it say it, if you see it's read only. So just if it is read only in your
Mm-hmm.
system also, just click on edit. Okay. Now it will ask you what is
Mm-hmm.
the username and password. Mention the username and password. Okay. After that, just click on OK and then click on connect. Okay. So
Okay.
it will connect you to the remote desktop. So in the remote desktop we'll have all the tools. We doesn't need to install any tool. We have all the technical tools which are necessary to work in the Oracle ERP technical area. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll be discussing one by one. Okay. So that's the first thing. Now, so here like if you're already aware about what is ERP, I can skip that, but maybe if you want, I can explain you what is ERP and how does Oracle ERP differ from other system also. Not a problem.
Yeah, let's discuss it.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So the first basic thing is like what is ERP? ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. So in enterprise, when you say enterprise, what do you mean by enterprise? Enterprise is nothing but a larger organization, right? It's a very larger organization which is built for the purpose of doing something, right? In return, they earn good amount of money. So when you say, some examples are like when you say large organization, it can be a chemical company, right?
Yeah.
Chemical company. It can be a automobile company, right? And it can be a telecom company, right? And it can be HR company or it can be a financial company. So the number of organizations can vary, right? The purpose what they build for may vary, or the business what they do may vary, right? So, but they require some
Mm.
particular software to maintain their transactions. Now here, if you see, like these days, even the smaller organization which is with a turnover of 10 lakhs, they still use some software to maintain their transactions. In any organization, what is
Mm-hmm.
the major important thing these days? Their digital data is at most important thing for the business. They have to maintain
Yeah.
their particular data in a proper manner so that they can easily understand what is happening in their business, whether it's going in a profit, whether it's going in a loss, whether like in which particular department, what is the issue, these all things, right? So one more important thing is in any enterprise, whether you consider from smaller, medium scale enterprises to larger enterprises, what are the resources? What is the major resources in any other organization? The first thing is people, and the next thing is based on the industry. Let us say if you consider automobile industry, you may have the bigger machinery, right?
Yeah.
Machinery, and any other thing, you also need to maintain the vendors, right, with whom you are dealing with,
Mm.
and also the banks and the day-to-day transactions. Very much important one, the day-to-day transactions. So
Customers.
yeah, so now yeah, so we can apply here suppliers as well as customers. Vendors are nothing but suppliers. And not only this, okay, we can consider these things as of now. So these are some of the resources, right? These has to be maintained in a proper manner. Else it becomes very difficult for your organization to maintain their particular business. Because these days, like you will have a cutthroat competition outside. So every day you need to monitor that, what is happening and what other company is doing and how effectively you can do more than that particular enterprise, right?
Yeah.
So now here ERP is nothing but like from our software perspective, ERP is nothing but a software, a very bigger software, which we use it, which the client uses for the purpose to maintain their particular data in a proper manner. So their data, like any, like now if you say client, so the one who is using, right, the client is nothing but the person, the enterprise, the organization which uses an ERP. Their purpose can different,
Mm-hmm.
right? It all depends upon their initial motto. Nothing but like whether it's a chemical company, they do like they design medicine. If it's a pharmaceutical if it's a pharmaceutical company, they design tablets. If it's automobile, they like a design vehicles. If it's a telecom, they maintain, or our like it's a like a telecom service provider,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like their business process can be different, but and see, first thing is like each organization will have its own particular business process, right? Each organization will
Mm-hmm.
have its own different business process. So now here, the ERP software provides different modules, or you can call it as applications. So as of now, better use
Mm-hmm.
the term modules, because application means it may you may consider this as different, but any ERP software provides different set of modules based on the
Mm-hmm.
necessity of your client requirements. Nothing but some examples I can give you is like what set of modules any ERP software in the market as of now provides are. The first and famous one is supply chain management, SCM, and the other one is like I can write here also, SCM, supply chain and manufacturing. One minute. Other one is HCM, human capital management. Financials, like which includes like it's called financials. So in the financials again, you'll have a lot number of submodules. I'll tell you. Other one is customer relationship management, CRM. Projects. Anything you have in mind?
Projects meant to like what?
Okay.
Mm.
Projects means like infrastructure related. Like if your client is from the infrastructure, particular infrastructure related, if they're in the infrastructure related business, whatever the thing which they
Mm-hmm.
construct, they'll consider it as a project.
Okay.
So for them, you'll have a special module for them. Even not only for them,
Okay.
like even the manufacturing, what you say, customer uses projects module. Basic thing is, what is a project?
Okay.
Project is nothing but a set of tasks, right? And a particular, what you
Mm-hmm.
say, a functionality to be achieved.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that's a project. Anything you have in mind?
Okay.
Of course, there are a lot number of modules. Okay, but coming to this one, so these are the just like a top level module names, but in each and every particular module you have large number of submodules. In each and every of these particular modules you have a large number of submodules. One example is, if in the supply chain management you have inventory, you have like
Mm-hmm.
a, what you say, work in process, you have BOM, you have MES, and many more. In this one,
Mm-hmm.
human capital management, you have like what you call OTL, nothing but timesheets, and people management, and you have appraisal, nothing but payslip
Mm-hmm.
also. Payslip is also part of HCM, human capital management.
Mm-hmm.
And financials, you have payables, receivables, general ledger, fixed asset,
Mm-hmm.
we call FA, and cash management, the bank related stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So in the customer relationship management, you will have a service contracts. I forgot the other things, but
Mm-hmm.
you'll have service contracts is one of the major important part of CRM module.
Okay.
Okay. So not every particular ERP software will provide you all the functionality. Some set of softwares are famous only for HCM. Some are only famous for
Mm-hmm.
SCM. It all depends upon the manufacturer of this particular software. So now we'll just
Mm-hmm.
consider like who are there in the market. So ERP is not, when you say ERP, there are a lot number of vendors in the market, and there are different types of installation also. Okay, I'll try to explain that also. Now, vendors or suppliers of
Mm-hmm.
ERPs. Okay. Now, major vendors in the ERP are Oracle. So from Oracle organization, there are a lot number of ERP software. The one which we are discussing is called eBusiness Suite, and they have NetSuite,
Mm-hmm.
and they also have
Mm-hmm.
PeopleSoft, Siebel, JD Edwards, and Cloud ERP also. Okay, these are the set of ERPs from Oracle. And this Oracle Cloud ERP is SaaS-based model, software as a service.
So what the e-business suite does, the same the NetSuite, PeopleSoft, everything does the same. Like they all have the same modules.
Yes, more or less they have the same functionality. User interface differs, or technically the component differs. The functionality how they do is different, or the business process what they do is a little bit different. So similar now, simple
Mhm.
example tell you. So if you consider soft phones, you have the vendors like Apple as well as Android, right? Both are similar, and
Mhm.
Apple may provide you
Mhm.
more features, and Android may provide you less features, right? That's how it is.
Mhm. Then why Oracle itself has released so many
Okay, very
the
simple
same?
example. Very simple example again. Now let us say
Mhm.
Redmi is there. Redmi is a company which provides Android phones. Like
Mhm.
how many versions of the phones you have from the Redmi? There are 10 versions, right? Like MI1, MI2, MI3, MI like a A5, A6, A7, right? These all the things.
Mhm.
Each will have simple example like each will have a different price. Each will have a different features. So now let us
Okay.
if I consider Siebel, Siebel is very famous for the CRM. It's not good in other modules.
O-
If we consider PeopleSoft,
o-
PeopleSoft is very famous for HRMS, but it is not good in financials. But if we consider e-business suite, e-business suite is very famous for the supply chain and financials. If JD Edwards is
Mhm.
very good for manufacturing.
Mhm.
And not only that, first basic thing is like Oracle, the main product of Oracle is e-business suite. The other products like
Mhm.
except Cloud ERP like NetSuite, PeopleSoft, Siebel, and JD Edwards, Oracle bought it. It's not actually Oracle owned initially.
Okay.
They're not of Oracle first of all. Oracle bought them.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So the main inventions of Oracle are only e-business suite and Cloud ERP. Remaining are all which
Okay.
Oracle bought it from the other vendors. So now they just
Oh,
stamped their own brand now on them.
okay.
Okay. Now, so the other major vendor in the market is SAP. It's one of the bigger
Mhm.
competitor to Oracle. So from
Mhm.
SAP, again, there are a lot number of ERPs from SAP is there. One is Ariba,
Mhm.
SuccessFactors, and I don't know what you call the main SAP ERP. They generally with have different names. I don't really know because I'm not from SAP, right? So I don't know exactly. You may just name it as SAP R star.
Mhm.
Another one is Microsoft. So from the Microsoft, the major ERP is called Dynamics, Microsoft Dynamics. The other one is
Okay.
Workday, Salesforce, and from India, the major small ERPs are Tally ERP and Wings. And this one,
Okay.
Sugar ERP, something is there. Like there is one open source ERP, it's called Sugar or something. I forgot.
Mhm.
And this one, Ramco, right? Ramco
Even
also
Tally
there.
is an
Sorry?
even Tally is an open source or
No, Tally is a proprietary. Tally is not open source. Sugar ERP is a which is a open source ERP, I guess.
okay.
Yeah. So these are some of the ERP vendors which are there in the market, and like it all depends on the client who chooses what. Maybe it depends upon their
Mhm.
business, it depends upon their investment because or any software is a very major investment for the companies. Right now, let us say if your client want to install Oracle ERP, it will cost at least 5 crores for them. Very basic level also, it requires 5 crores Indian rupees.
Mhm.
So that's how they have to choose because IT is a one of the biggest investment from the client perspective, right? So it all depends upon their business. Let us say if your organization is having a turnover of 100 crores, so investing around 30% in IT doesn't matter for them, right? 30 crores is not, it's just
Yeah.
a very simple amount, right? It all depends on the client. So these are some of the vendors in the market, and also you have to have some basic idea on this one also. You should have that, okay?
Mhm.
Yes. Now coming to Oracle ERP, let's get back to our Oracle ERP. So Oracle e-business suite. So that's the reason when someone says Oracle ERP, you should be specific enough. which version, which particular ERP from which particular organization. Okay. So in the Oracle e-business suite, the current version is 12.2.7. Okay. Now in the market, nothing but the clients which are using Oracle ERP, they may use either this version 11.5.10 or 12.2. Sorry, 12.13, or it can be 12.2 star. Nothing but from 12.2 you have 12.1, 12.2 to 1, 12.2 to 3, 12.2 to 5, like that. Okay. So this is one of the version which is very old version. Okay. And this is okay. One of the, it is also stable. It is old, but still, like I can say around 30%, or maybe I can say 50% of the customers are still on this 12.13, and I can say around 20% still are there on this one, not 20, maybe 10%. Okay. And the remaining 40 are there on this particular version. I may not be correct, but it's just my analysis. Okay. Now, technically, you will not find any difference between 12.13 and 12.23. Okay. Architecture wise, there will be different, but technically, like if you learn 12.13, can you work on 12.23, 12.2? Yes, you can work on it. There is no difference at all. Okay. Yeah.
If somebody asks you what is the difference between the like 11, 5, 10 and 12 and or 12 2 series, what
Yeah.
would be the correct answer?
Okay. See, like there are some functionalities. See, the first basic thing is like in each and every module you have some technical differences also. So in 12.13, the major invention was there's a concept called MOAC. This is one of the major inventions in 12.13, and it added large number of business processes. Like it added a functionality called SLA. These are the three difference. Like we can say MOAC and SLA are the major difference between 11.5.10 and 12.13. Coming to 12.2, so technically it introduced a server called WebLogic server.
Okay.
So middle tier, it introduced middle tier, the WebLogic server. We can discuss this sometime later. Right now, it doesn't make any understanding. Okay, but your question is a valid one. They may ask you. So first thing what we do is, we'll just try to work on very simple task. Okay, what I'll do is, first of all, I'll try to understand how do you do navigation to Oracle e-business suite. Let us say what I will do is like once the session ends, I'll send you the login details and how do you like what are the URL and all the passwords and all those things. But right now what we do is we'll just try to understand how do you navigate, okay, and how do you create a user, okay, and we'll just try to understand the architecture also. Okay. The first thing is navigation. How do you navigate to Oracle e-business suite? What is the URL? So now the training environment. So once you open the IE browser, Internet Explorer. So this is the URL for the e-business suite. This is the URL for the e-business suite for our training instance. So here, as it is an enterprise application, so these all things we change it actually. Initial like the real system does not have all these particular things. Nothing but like instead of Tata Motors, you'll have Oracle logo here. Okay. Remaining are same, but instead of Tata Motors, you'll have an Oracle logo, or generally in the client environment, you'll have a client logo. So the username is operations and the password is welcome. Username is operations and the password is welcome. Okay. So once you log in, click on login here. So now it will navigate to another page where it will provide you a new screen. And now this is one of the very important thing we have to understand. Okay. It will take some time to understand all the things, but right now here if you observe, we have two sections, right? Left side and right side. Okay.
Yeah.
And the top you can consider it as header section, a global header section. Okay. And here you have a logout button. So let's try to understand login and logout. Now I just clicked on logout, so it came back. So now we assume that, I'm assuming that you have understood how do you log in and how do you log out, right?
Yes.
Login and logout. That's the first task we have done. Now here, if you see these particular things here, these are called responsibilities. These are called responsibilities. These particular folder icons, whatever you're seeing here, these are called responsibilities. I'll write here Now what I have done with the user operations, we have logged in. Once it's successfully logged in, what it has shown? It has shown another screen where it is listing, where it has listed down the list of responsibilities.
Okay.
It's called
For that particular
user. Yes. If you log in with some other user, it may differ. It may have the different responsibilities because it is an enterprise application. Or simple example is when you work in an organization, you will have your own task to be done based on your job, right? Based on your job requirement. Let us say if you are a consultant, you may have some particular responsibilities. Let us say if you're an associate, you may have a different responsibilities. Let us say you are a vice president, you may have a different set of responsibilities. That's how it differs.
Yeah.
Now here, there are a large number of responsibilities, but which are important? We'll try to understand that. So for technical developer, the major important responsibilities are, let me list down, application developer and system administrator. Okay. So first of all, we have to understand what does a responsibility contain. What does a responsibility contain? Responsibility will contain set of menus, set of submenus, and set of functions. So what does a responsibility contains? It contains set of I can say like responsibility will contain a main menu, and that may contain set of sub menu. See, top level each responsibility will link it to one major menu. If you see here, now let us say application developer. So whatever you're seeing here, this level, this is linked to one particular main menu. So once you expand this one, that main menu may have n number of sub menus. Now here, whatever you're seeing here, these are, now whenever you see any folder icon, it means that that main menu is having one more sub menu. So now you can consider this as, see, we have to call this as application developer as a responsibility. We should not call it as menu, okay? Generally we call it as responsibility. So now whenever you expand the responsibility, it will show the list of submenus. It will show the list of submenus. Okay, but how do you get all submenus? Because at the responsibility level, we will linking to a menu. So that menu, so it will list down whatever you have in that particular menu. Okay, I'll show you like technically like how you define and these all things. But as of now, consider that a responsibility will have a main menu, and that main menu, when you expand that, when you expand the main menu, it will list down the set of submenus, and it will also have set of functions also. Set of functions, nothing but hyperlinks. Okay, if you see here, you have some underlying stuff, right? Like a pick list title, you have profile, right? Other than yellow color icons, you have some other icons, right? Other than yellow color folder icons, you have few other things, right? Blue color, register, segments, aliases, cross validation. These are called functions. These are called functions. Nothing but these will be linked to some user interface. It can be either form or OAF page. Functions or functions are nothing but hyperlinks to either OAF pages or Oracle forms. Okay. So this is the hierarchy. So now what you have seen, once user logs in, you'll see a list of responsibilities. On a given responsibility, when you click on it, it will open the menu. Okay, that menu may have submenu. Okay, or that menu may have functions, and this submenu may have another submenu. It goes on, the hierarchy may go on. Okay, and then it may have functions. Okay, function is the utmost lowest level component. Function will not have another function. Okay, this is the hierarchy. So basic level, you got some idea. What you do is, so it doesn't need to concentrate on all responsibilities. It's of no use as of now. Okay. What we do is, we'll try to, now we just got some idea on the navigation and how does this hierarchy looks like. Okay. We should be discussing this again and again. Okay. It's not just this particular concept is done. We have to discuss again and again. But first, I just want to consider one more task. Creation of a user. Creation of user in Oracle ERP or Oracle EBS. We also call it as, we call it this particular e-business suite as EBS also, just another name.
Okay.
Okay, 1 minute.
Sure.
Now we'll see how do we create a user. So in ERP software, to perform any task, you should have a proper responsibility and you have to know the proper navigation. Nothing but how can you achieve a particular task, from which responsibility and from which function you can achieve that. Okay, so now to create a user in Oracle E-Business Suite, first of all, you should have system administrator responsibility access.
Okay.
So now what we do is, first of all, go to system administrator. So here what you do is, you can collapse and expand this. Okay, collapse and expand and collapse. Okay, now scroll down here. Now you will see, just scroll down still again. Can you see system administrator? Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes, system administrator, not administration. Okay, that is a different one. So we may have confusion between that and this. Even I will have some, I face this particular confusion many times. System administrator. Okay, so when I open system administrator, it is showing large number of things, right? Like it is having many sub menus and it also showing some set of function. But which is the right navigation for creation of a user? So once you click on system administrator, expand security. Okay, once you expand security, then you have seen, then you should see something called user. Can you see? Security, user, and define. Okay, so this is the navigation for creation of a user. What we have seen: system administrator, security,
User,
define.
define.
Sorry, security, user, define, right? Yeah. So now we have to click on define. Just click on define. Okay. So now it will go to, like, it will open Oracle form for this. It will open Oracle form for this. It will directly open that particular window for us. Okay, yes, this is a screen. So now here, if you see, by default, whenever you open any form, it will be enabled in the entered mode. Like I would say, like it will get enabled in the entering mode. Nothing but where you have to enter some data and where you have to save it. So there is something called entering mode as well as query mode.
Okay.
Now here, what you do is just press your mouse, left click here. Now your mouse cursor is in the username, right? Okay, just press F11. Press F11. Can you see now the yellow color got changed to gray color?
Okay.
Okay, F11 is called query mode. F11 is called query mode. There are a few shortcuts we have to remember. Okay, F11 is a query mode. Control plus F11 is a execution. Query execution.
Okay.
Now let us say, so this allows you to search the data. If you want to search some data, you can do this way. Now just type the username. So we know the username operations, right? After entering the username, just press Control F11. It will execute the search functionality now. Right? Generally, search functionality will take some time. Now it shows the list of responsibilities. Can you see? Application developer, these all things. Okay. Now let us say if you want to search this particular section, what you can do, just place your mouse here, left click, mouse left click. Now my cursor is in this particular field. I'll just press F11 here. Now can you see this? The below portion got grayed out. It is in the search mode now. Enter a, can you see here? It clearly shows you. Enter a query, press Control F11 to execute and F4 to cancel. Let us say if you don't want, just press F4. Right? Now again F11. So here I'll say system percentile. You can do meta search. Now Control F11. We got two. We got these two results, right? Yeah. So one more thing also I want to show you. Yeah. Any questions?
F4 is for? F4 is for?
F4 now. Yeah. Just see. Yeah. F4. See, F4 is like for closing the window, or F4 is for the purpose of like what you say. If you have in a search mode, you to come out of that particular search mode, you can press F4.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, like we got, I mean, I closed that particular function form. What I can do again, I can navigate from here also. Security, user and define. Okay. Now here it is in the query mode, right? Sorry, it is in the entering mode. Now just press F11. Now again press operations. Now if you press F4, what you do? It goes back to the entering mode, right?
Okay, it's like Control Z.
Of course.
Okay.
Operations control F11. Okay. Now before creation of the user, let me tell you one more query. Okay. Let me tell you a simple query. Now I will open the SQL developer. So here we have two tools. So why do we use these particular tools? Like to access the database, to access the Oracle database, we have to use either tool SQL developer or maybe Toad. Okay. So I'll try to use SQL developer first. SQL developer is a free software from Oracle. Oracle SQL developer. This is a free software from Oracle to access the database. So have you worked on database before?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so then you should have some idea about how do you connect, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now here these are the details here. All right, we just see right click and properties. So can you see this is a connection name, username and password, and these are the TNS entries. So the username which I'm connecting is apps. This is a super user in Oracle ERP database. APPS, apps, and the password is also apps. Just click on connect. Yeah, now it got connected. Okay. So now what I will do is, see like here if you see whatever you see in the Oracle forms, these are already saved in the database, right? Then only we are able to see it. Else we cannot see it, right? That's very simple. So now in which table this is getting stored? So we'll not discuss more tables today as of now. We'll just discuss only one table. Okay. Select star from FND users. Sorry, FND user. Select star from FND user where user underscore name is equal to operations. Type in uppercase. Can you see your record now? Okay.
Yeah.
So this user got created. Let me save this. This user got created on 22nd April 1997.
Okay.
So nothing but this Oracle e-business suite software is 21 years old. Okay. May not be, but I'm just assuming. Yeah. So now what I do is just try to execute one more query here. I'll just type here your name and let's see whether we get any record or not. So it means that there is no record with this user, right? There is no record with this user. So what I do is I'll give you the task of creating user with your name. Okay, but I'll show you how do you create user and I will assign the responsibilities. Okay. Now what I will do is I'll just create a username test07. Let me see. Okay, there is no user with the test07. Okay, so now I'll create a user with test07 and your task is to create a user with your name. Okay. So now what you do is like either you can close the form or what you can do is you can just create a new transaction. Can you see plus symbol here?
Yeah.
So what you can do is your mouse cursor should be here. Okay. Now click on plus symbol because this plus symbol, whenever you click on plus symbol, it will create a new record the place where you are. Now let us, if you try to click, now your mouse cursor is here. If you just click on plus symbol, see, can you see? It is creating a new record at this level, but we want the record at username level, not the responsibility level. Okay. So that's the difference. So that's the reason what you do. Place your cursor, move your mouse, like perform left click here, and then click on new record here. Okay. Now can you see? It opened a new, it opened with a query mode, entering mode where we have to enter the data. So now what I want to do, I want to create a user with test07. This is my username and mention the password. Okay. So when you mention the password, you have to enter it twice. So now here what I do, I'll type the password WELCOME, type welcome. Perform tab out. You have a tab key right in the keyboard. Just enter, just press on tab. Can you see? Now it is asking, can you re-enter your password to verify? Can you see here? Re-enter. your password to verify.
Yes.
Re-enter again. Now again press tab. Can you see now it went from yellow color to white color? It means that your password got verified. Okay, and mention the user description test07 account. So here ignore all these things as of now. Ignore all these things as of now. Now what we do, as this user, the requirement is this user require two responsibilities. One is application developer, just type it, or if you don't remember full, what you can do, just type the partial portion and press tab out. Can you see? It opens LOV here. It opens LOV. Select the application developer, press on OK. Now remaining information got filled up automatically. Okay.
Can we do control F11 as well, like after giving application?
It doesn't need. It doesn't need at all. If you want, see now if it is yellow color, just try control F11. Control F11 will work after F11 only. Control F11 will work after F11, right? If you want to do some searching, first of all you have to press F11, then control F11. You got it?
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
I entered this one, application developer. Now here in this one, now let us say you're saying that like you want to search with some name, right? What you do is, see here, now we are entering some data. So we know that data is not there. But if you want to retrieve the list of values, just click on this LOV icon first of all, LOV. Now you perform the search. Now you just perform the search. This is LOV here. It does not require F11, control F11 kind of thing. Just mention the partial portion. Okay. System percentile, click on find. Click on find. So you got all these things. So if you try to give some more information so that you'll get lesser results. Again, right? You got more again. System administrator. Yeah. Now can you see the first one, system administrator? Press OK. Okay. Now what do you do? Save. So now the status got active. Initially it was null. It got changed to active, and can you see transaction complete, three records applied and saved. Okay. Now go to database. Now try to execute this query, and you have to get a record. Got it?
Yeah.
And you can see the date, creation date. So in any of the Oracle table, you have some very important columns are who columns. Who columns are 5 columns. It will have the names are creation date, created by, last update date, last update by, and last update login. Okay, can you see here itself you have it, last update date, last updated by, creation date, created by, and last update login. Okay, so created by means like with which user account you created this particular transaction. So 1318 belongs to user ID. User ID, see this created by is nothing but user ID. For each user account you'll have a user ID. Can you see? Now for our user ID it is 1016376. Okay, 1,16,376. So this 1318 belongs to username operations. Observe here. Can you see 1318? Okay. So now you understood how do you create a user? Still you haven't got.
Yes.
So that was the second task which we did. Yeah. Tell me.
No, I'm saying I'm fine with that user creation.
Okay. Good. So now what we do is, I will close this one here and I'll try to log in with my user account, nothing but test07. Okay. So here, click on file and exit. This is a proper way of exiting, coming out of Oracle. You can general people just click on directly like this one way. It still asks you exit Oracle applications. Either way is fine. Okay. Now again you have to close this and safely close. Perform logout also. Because when you do logout, it will remove the allocated memory from the database. This is one of the good way to do a logout. Okay. Now what we do, type your username. Username is not case sensitive, but in the database it stores in uppercase only. Now here let us say if I type test07, it should work. So if you're logging into the system for the first time, it will ask you to change the password. Okay. Now here with this user account, we are logging in the system for the first time, right? It will ask you to change the password. Okay. Now I'll just type current password is welcome. The new password is Oracle. Okay. Now click on
Okay.
submit. Can you see now? It is showing the responsibilities. Of course, it is showing one extra thing you can ignore as of now, but it is showing the required responsibility which we have assigned to this user, test07.
Okay.
Okay. Till this part, you are clear?
Yes.
Good. Now, what we do is, so another task I would like to explain today is architecture of Oracle EBS. There are few things which we'll doing continuously, okay? Because day by day we'll get some clarity, right? That's the reason we'll just try to give a partial
Mm-hmm.
portion on a given day, not fully on a given day, okay? It's a progressive kind of learning,
Okay.
right? We have to just do a partial every time, then later on you'll be having a clear idea. So now what we do is
Okay.
technical architecture. So are you aware of something called three-tier architecture in application programming? Not the network architecture, three-tier application
The entire
architecture.
module
Yes, yes,
database.
correct. So front tier, or you can call it as user interface. UI generally we call it as user interface, middle tier, and
Mm-hmm.
backend. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now the backend for Oracle E-Business Suite is Oracle database. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
even SAP ERP and Salesforce ERP, for them the backend is Oracle database. They still use Oracle database. They like SAP is migrating from Oracle database to HANA, but still what I know is they're still using Oracle database as their backend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, even Amazon uses Oracle database. Okay, now so what is a front end? Remember what are the two user interface components we have in Oracle e-business suite?
Forms and
Forms and OF page.
OAF.
Yes, perfect. Forms and OF page, right? These are two interface components. Now, what do you mean by middle tier? This is one of my interesting question I always ask the students. So, do you have any idea or?
Usually we'll have server like
Mhm.
a WebLogic server or something like that.
Yes. Do you know why do we use it? What is the purpose of WebLogic or maybe Apache? So, in our e-business suite, we use Apache, but what is the purpose? Have you done any programming on maybe like any dynamic programming kind of like a JSP or ASP or a PHP kind of thing anytime?
When I was in college, yes, we have these things, but honestly, I don't have. I think that's where the
Mm-hmm.
server, that's where the logical part executes. I don't know the
Okay.
proper.
Cool, no problem. I just want to know. If you know, that's fine. Else I can try to explain. So why I ask this question? Because you'll have more clarity on this one. Anyways, so you know C language?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So as a developer, when you write this particular C language, what is the source code we write it? The source code will be written in the file. The source code
Yeah.
file will be in .c, right? .c is the source code.
Yeah.
When you perform compilation, what it will happen? It will source code will the .c will be converted to .obj, right?
Oh,
This is a compilation part and execution. So this obj file will get executed, right?
yeah.
One example I want to tell you before that. Again, consider Java language. So in Java language, the source code will be in the .java.
Mm-hmm.
Compilation code is in the .class, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
execution part. So who will execute this particular program? JVM, right?
So
Java Virtual Machine.
the virtual machine, yeah.
So execution will be done by the Java Virtual Machine. Now, see, let us say if you want to execute only one file, generally you type
Mm-hmm.
Java hello world. This is how you execute it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
now let us say you want to execute hundreds of pages and you want them to
Mm-hmm.
be available for the user to access. Then this simple JVM will not be enough. Okay. So now, do you know what is the purpose of JVM? It's a runtime execution engine, right? JVM is a runtime execution engine. So now when you want to perform execution of enterprise pages, nothing but if you have a larger set of pages to be executed, you require very bigger middle tier. We require bigger bigger software for execution. Okay, now that is called middle tier. Middle tier is a bigger execution engine. Middle tier is just a bigger execution engine, not the compilation engine. It's
That
execution
means,
engine. Yes, tell me.
does that mean it's just like with more hardware?
No, leave about hardware first of all. Leave about hardware.
No, when we are able to compile a page with
Mhm.
see when we I always have this question.
Mhm.
When we write a simple program, for example, we are writing for calculation of a plus b or something like that.
Mhm.
For that, uh, when we execute that, when we compile that, compilation happens.
Oh,
I
sorry.
mean, it
Can
it
you
doesn't
repeat? No,
mean
1 minute, 1 minute. Can you repeat again?
for example, if we write a simple program in C language for
Hmm.
addition,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
and when we do compile that,
Hmm.
I mean, so compiler is different from this middle tier, or compiler is different from server.
Okay. See, compilation will do your see. Now here, if you observe, how do you compile this Java program? I have to use Java C hello world dot Java. So now,
Mm-hmm.
are you getting the output when you perform Java C? You don't get the
No,
output, right? It is
no.
converting your source code into another code, maybe a binary code. Source code is getting
Okay.
converted into binary code, but for the end user, are you achieving any task? Let us say I'm an end user, you are a developer. I ask you to design a program which will perform the summation of two numbers. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
as a developer, you just design the code and you just perform the compilation. Does it satisfy my
Mm-hmm.
requirement? No. Until and unless I execute the program, my task is not done.
Yeah.
Right? So compilation is just converting your source code into binary code.
Okay.
When you execute, then only you are, as a developer, what you have done something is good for the end user. Your task will be
Okay.
fulfilled. Your task will be fulfilled when your compiled code is executed properly.
Okay.
So there is a difference between compilation errors and runtime errors. That is a difference. Whatever you get during compilation is called compilation errors. Whatever you get during
Mm-hmm.
execution, they are called runtime errors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now that's the reason what I mentioned here. It's an execution engine, not compilation engine.
Mm-hmm.
Got some idea?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So now in the middle tier, there are a lot number of middle tiers are there. So one basic thing is WebLogic, other one is
Mm-hmm.
Apache, other one is JBoss. Anything you have in mind? Internet IIS, Internet Information Server. This is from Microsoft. These are the things I know. I don't know. Yeah, that's it, I guess. Yeah. These are some of the middle tier servers which are there in the market.
Does these are these all the things just servers which resides in a different machine? Is that it? Is that it, or
Okay. See, okay. First thing is yeah, okay, let me tell here first of all. Now in the front end you have UI, middle tier. From the Oracle perspective, we just not only have Apache server, we have different servers also. We have report server, we have form server, which are Oracle proprietary servers, okay?
mm-hmm.
And we have what you call workflow engine. So now here, so in real time, what will happen is, so they generally what I have seen the environments are the middle tier and database are in the same machine. Middle tier and database are installed in the same machine. Mostly, that is what I have seen. Around my 10 years of career, I have seen that Oracle middle tiers as well as database got installed in the same machine? Is that your question or?
Sorry?
Did I answer your question or?
Sorry, I missed.
Okay. See what I'm
I
saying
think I
is,
missed the last.
middle tier and database are installed in the same machine. That's what I have seen. Like from my past 10 years of experience, the client
Mhm.
environment which I have seen, like most of the clients have this middle tier and database got installed in the same machine. They never have different machine for database separately and different machine for middle tier. Generally, yes, you can do it, but for this Oracle ERP with the 12.13 version, I have not seen that. It's the same machine they use for the middle tier as well as database. Maybe in 12.2, if WebLogic is used, maybe they may use different machines, but in the 12.13 still it's Apache based, right? It's a very lightweight server. So maybe that's the reason they're still going with a single machine, single box.
Okay.
Okay, got it?
Yeah.
So now we have seen how do you access the database, right? How do you see the front tier also, but how do you see the middle tier, right? That is a major important thing. Now what you do is to access the middle tier, we require a particular tool. So we use a tool called WinSCP, or maybe you can use any FTP tool. So I use
Mm-hmm.
WinSCP here. Open this. Now enter all the details here. I'll send you the details, okay? It doesn't need to
Mm-hmm.
remember. I'll send you in the mail. Apple MGR, Apple MGR. Click on save, save, okay. Now click on login. Once you click on login, it will open the content here. Now can you see? This is
Mm-hmm.
this is Unix based server. Generally, any Oracle ERP production will be in the Unix boxes only. They never use
Mm-hmm.
any Windows for the server boxes. Now this is a root
Okay.
directory. Slash is a root directory. Now can you see there are two folders,
Okay.
right? Aura AS and Aura DB.
Mm-hmm.
So Aura DB will have the database related files. Aura AS will have the middle tier, application server. So middle tier is also called as application server. It's a interchangeable word. You can also call it as application server. Okay.
Okay.
So this Oracle application server location. Okay. This is how you can access the middle tier. Okay. Got some idea? Of course, there are many
Yeah.
things to be shown, but I will not show right now. Okay. There are many things we have to discuss, but still, it's the first time, right? So we just try to verify the logins, try to verify like which particular technical architecture, how do you discuss all those things? That's what we have discussed as of now. Okay.
So middle tier is a memory where the logic executes.
Obvious, it's an execution engine.
Okay.
So now
Okay.
here,
Yes.
I'll show you one more important thing as you're asking this. I am opening the putty. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
now let me increase the font. Generally, when you get the recording, you may not see the recording properly for this. Colors, not colors. Yeah, appearance. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So now here what I do is, do you have any Unix idea?
Basics.
Okay, basic it should be fine for us. Now what I do is,
Mhm.
can you see here? Oh, this font became more actually. 1 minute. Let me decrease a little bit. Okay. Can you see here? There are four servers which are there here. OC4J, HTTP server, right? Or maybe just see this one,
Mm-hmm.
process type. OAFM, forms, OA core, and HTTP server. These are the four middle tier servers which are running. These are the four middle tier
Okay.
servers which are running. So now in Oracle e-business suite it is not just a single middle tier engine. There are four engines which are there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So now, yeah. What's next? So do you want to discuss more now, or this is the first session? Should I stop?
Mhm.
Think. So what is your task is like try to create the user, assign the responsibility. That's the first task, and
Mm-hmm.
try to access the database and try to access the middle tier also. Okay,
Okay.
these are the few tasks.
How do I
Yeah,
access? I mean, how I will access the middle tier? Like through WinSCP?
yeah, WinSCP. So what you have to do is like once you open WinSCP, what you do is
Mm-hmm.
you just here press Control P. It will open Putty. Control P. Now enter the password. Apple Manager, same password. Now cd admin cd admin scripts home. So I'll just copy paste the command for you. You need to type cd admin
Mm-hmm.
scripts on home. Okay, after this you just need to type adapt cctl
Mm-hmm.
status. Type adapt cctl status. These are the two commands you have to execute. Once you execute adapt cctl status, oh, it's not showing. 1 minute. Okay. Admin, I think this first command something wrong. Admin scripts. Yeah, can you see? I don't know what happened first, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So here in the top also it is showing. Can you see the path or AS Oracle?
Yeah.
This is you can directly go to that path either way. Either way it will work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now just type
Mm-hmm.
adapt cctl status. Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
So this is how it will show the status of each and every server. Now let us if you stop the server, the status will be down. Instead of alive, it will be down.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now we'll not do that. Generally we call it as
In the
bouncing. We call it as bouncing. Stopping the server is called bounce. Stopping and starting is called
okay.
bounce.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell me, you're asking something?
When we were discussing, you have told that the middle tier we have report server, form server, workflow server, Apache. But
Mhm.
here only form and OF is there. Is it because we have accessed or we have used only those two?
Not really. Not really. Like there are some servers which will perform that particular task also. HTTP server is for the purpose of what you say OAF, and remaining if you see like we could not see the other servers, right? Like see for reporting,
Mm-hmm.
report engine is again a part of within the OA core itself. So there are some particular servers which will
Mm-hmm.
be like within that itself.
Okay. So with we whatever we use in this EBS suite, these are the four servers we are accessing.
Correct. These are the only four. Yes.
Okay.
Even DB server is different, right? DB is also an application server.
Mm.
That's a different one. What we have seen is just a middle tier servers only, not the DB level servers.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any question so far?
I'm good.
Okay. Good. So do you know something called metadata tables? Metadata
Metadata
tables?
is the table structure only, you know.
Come again? Sorry.
I mean, the table structure we call as metadata, right? Like
Yeah. So
the attribute
mhm.
data
Data
type.
about data is called metadata, right? It's a general definition.
Yeah.
Now, when you say metadata tables, so like if you want to find out which objects are available, which tables are available, which users are available, then we generally try to use the metadata tables. Whenever you create a new object, that object will get created in the metadata also. Now, simple example are if you just try to use select start from all underscore tables. So all underscore tables is one of the
Okay.
metadata tables. And even there is something called all
Mhm.
underscore users. So we have larger
Okay.
number of metadata tables. So these will help you in out, help us in like a debugging it, like trying to find out some issues if at all if you want to find out. Maybe if you want to find out the
Okay.
privileges, like those things will help you
Mhm.
out. Okay, just try to find out
Okay.
these metadata tables. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so do you have any questions still, or I think we'll wind up today.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow what we do is, like how comfortable you are in SQL and PL SQL?
And I worked for 3 years now,
Mm-hmm.
and mostly we'll use like simple joins
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
in PLSQL, whatever script I write, it consists of only simple cursor.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I mean, you have an idea, right? That's why I just want to know that. You just still have an idea, like how do you compile, at least how do you create it, right? Those components you're aware.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we can do is like tomorrow, like we can start with the reports. Okay, we still see what we can do is either instead of discussing about this one, what we can do is we'll try to discuss about something called AOL. Okay, this is the best thing we have to
Mm-hmm.
best thing we'll discuss. So let me write what we'll be discussing next session. We'll try to discuss about AOL. It's called Application Object Library, and also
Mm-hmm.
modules and their files, tables. Okay, these things will have
Mm-hmm.
clarity. Once we get this clarity, then next after that we'll try to work on the reports.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
modules and their files and tables, and AOL module. So in the AOL module we have something called messages, lookups, value set.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to see how do we create and where it gets stored. Initially, under initial understanding should be like at least we just need to know how do you create it, where to use it. It'll take some time to understand, but initially we have to know what is the navigation and how do you create it. That should be fine.
Okay.
Menus, functions. Okay. So tomorrow we'll try to concentrate on the AOL. It may take one session or maybe two sessions, but it's very easier thing. But it is very important throughout your Oracle ERP career. AOL is the most important thing. It's a foundation module we call it as. AOL is the foundation module. Even what you say, functional consultants will have some idea on this. Without that, it's very difficult for them also. It's a foundation module.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll stop here today. So tomorrow we'll discuss on these things.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, what time tomorrow?
1 minute. Yeah. So tomorrow, yeah, probably same time should be fine for you, or how is? Well,
Okay.
so what you
Thank
do is
you.
like I'll send you the details. Just try practicing. I'll try
Mm-hmm.
to send you some documents also. So maybe you can,
Mm-hmm.
if you have time, you can just go through them also.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Good day.
Yeah.